If you've ever seen 5 different vendors fail at the same time, you've already experienced what most systems never pick up: shared dependencies. If your program can't figure out what's happened, no questionnaire is going to fix that. Here's what's actually going on. Most TPRM systems assess their vendors in isolation. You send the questionnaire, you review the SOC 2 and other policy documents attached, and you score those vendors independently. But underneath, there are a number of shared dependencies that create underlying issues. Some of the shared layers you might see are a shared cloud service provider, a shared identity tool, and perhaps shared endpoint security. Just for example, when something breaks in one of those layers that's shared, it doesn't just impact one vendor, it impacts all of the vendors that may be using that particular application. We saw this in 2024 with CrowdStrike, where a faulty update in one endpoint led to 8.5 million systems failing. Airlines grounded flights, hospital operating systems went offline, banks were adversely impacted. The losses were estimated at around $5 billion for the Fortune 500 companies impacted. But most importantly, none of this happened because of a breach. It's just that all of these players were operating on that same faulty system. So beyond the question of which vendors are risky, your TPRM platform should also look at which of my vendors are on shared services, because those shared services are a particularly vulnerable point of impact. Most TPRM programs don't map these dependencies. They're not mapping cloud providers and regions. They're not looking at shared identity platforms or DNS, CDN, or any of the security tooling that can be shared across multiple vendors. So for entities using these TPRM systems, these vulnerabilities are often undetected until they're exposed. That's why here at Perimeter, we map those interdependencies. You can see concentration hotspots and shared services so that you can anticipate what failure in one of those points would do across your vendor network. We treat heavily shared fourth parties as the security risk they truly are, one that can take down your entire vendor network. So when you're looking at TPRM systems, look for a function that allows you to map these dependencies. It's a critical component of having a comprehensive vendor risk network system.